So the simplicity comes from having a one checklist, but the complexity is what makes it impossible without a checklist.
Right.
So I want you to just go through and really nail it down. All right, Thrivers, we are talking about workflow design 101, scalable and duplicable wow here with our main man, Jonathan Kelly. He's one of our Thrive team members here. He really is an internet marketing wizard. He also helps a lot of our clients in some of their workflow design. Awesome, super talented wizard here. And Dr. Joe, our main man from O'Fallon, Missouri. And if you're in the area and you want glasses, can you give the folks at home kind of a promo of why they should come to your place?
Because we're the best, obviously. But we work with people of all ages. But one of the things we like to do is kind of separate ourselves. We've got like a little bit of a charity that we give back to. So whenever someone comes to see us, part of their sale, part of their expenses goes back towards the community. Awesome.
So if you want to get some glasses, give yourself the gift of sight, give back to the community. Bam. So here we go. We're hopping into it here. Workflow design. You do all this marketing, we do all this marketing, we work so hard to get a customer in, and then all the data shows there's this thing called the Net Promoter Score. And the Net Promoter Score is basically how likely somebody is to refer you to someone else on a scale of 1 to 10. 10 being they're going to refer you, 1 they're not.
Right.
And we want to have a very high Net Promoter Score. And what the research is showing is that the higher your Net Promoter Score is, that indicates the likelihood of your growth. So the highest, if you get a chance to look it up here tonight or whenever you get a chance, if you look up the Net Promoter Score and you look for the companies that score the highest, that's where you're going to find your Whole Foods, that's where you're going to find your Apple, that's where you're going to find your Starbucks, that's where you're going to find these companies, Virgin, that have these massive, like Disney, these massive followings where people just love them. Another company with a high Net Promoter Score is Harley, where people just love the brand. And I know it seems like, well, Harley's a huge brand, how can I do that? But I know we can with your business and anybody's business make that kind of loyalty. So here are the steps to doing it. Is one, when you go in and you have a customer that walks in, you have to have a system for inbound lead marketing. You can't just say, we're going to treat people professionally. Every business I've ever consulted with, when I sit down with them and say, I'd say every one of them except for 2 that I can think of. So out of hundreds, I'll say, how do you treat customers differently than your competition? And they say, well, we treat our customers with respect and dignity, and we have integrity, and we're professional. We've been around since 1984. And you're like, wow, that's your secret. Yeah, it's our secret. And I go, so your competition really is trying to screw people, take their money, embezzle money, fraud people. Yeah, that's the deal. See, we are integrity and professional. But I'm asking, beyond those intangible, what specifically do you do to wow them? It has to be distilled on paper every single time. Checklist for every single customer.
Right.
So here we go. 1, when they first walk in the door, they walk through the door, they have this sign up here that says O'Fallon. For the first time they interact with your company, on the big sign on the door, they walk in for the very first time into this storefront. We have got, when they walk in here, you want to wow them within the first 5 seconds visually. So they walk in, you want them to go, wow. So with your business, I'm going to throw out 5 or 6 real quick examples that can help you. And if you like any of them, great. If not, we can definitely email you more examples, but just one. You could take your front desk and have a wall like this and put a fountain on it. So it's a waterfall that flows down off the wall. Been to a business in New York that did that. It looks phenomenal. Yeah. Not expensive to do. These are fabricated stones. You can get them for about $2 each. Then you have the water pour down there. You can set it up and it just looks great. That's one example. Another example you could do. You could take historic barn wood and then take your logo and put that over it and create an initial wow. Another example you could do is you could come in and you could decorate your office with prints from awards or media appearances you've had, or famous customers, or just a collage of all of your customers. I went into One Family Dentistry and they covered their walls with all pictures of all their customers in a really fun, special way. Furniture, you can make that futuristic furniture like very modern. You could go with very rustic furniture. One medical doctor in New York actually takes the stumps to trees.
Right.
And you've probably seen those tables where they're made, where they cut it, but it looks like you can still see the outline of the natural wood. Mm-hmm. And it's neat. So you can do whatever you need to do, but it has to have a visual wow. Sight, sound, smell, ambiance. Sight, sound, smell, ambiance. Mm-hmm. If there's no specific sound, it's a bad sound. So people walk in, you want them to hear the kind of that, it's like this, you're walking in and it's like a swanky, like a hip hop club.
Right.
And be like, wow, this doctor does he have glow sticks? And it could be this really, neat atmosphere where people are like, that's not probably appropriate for a doctor, or maybe they love it. Mm-hmm. Or you might say, we're going to go with a country kind of a ding, 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 ding theme. We could go with but you have to have something memorable within the first 5 seconds.